Dude. Well, that noise must mean one thing. Fernando forgot to turn the volume down on his laptop. Which must mean this is Car Stereo Talk Monday. Woo! Yeah! Who's excited?
Sorry.
It's okay, man. It's okay. You know, once it's an accident, twice.
It's just part of it.
Yeah. I mean, just, if you puke at every game, then it becomes a thing.
I think you have problems.
That was Jamie Foxx Any Given Sunday. I mean, you get up, you come into the game and you just puke right there in the ball, and then it's like,
That's it?
Yeah. He's ready to go.
Okay.
Sometimes you just got to do it. You just got to, and then you're like, I'm ready.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
It does sound like a plan. Not for me. I'm good. I don't want to puke. Not a puker. Not on. Anyways, bad topic. Let's move on. Hey guys, and welcome to Monday night. Let's do a couple of these shout outs here real quick. Good evening. What's happening? Hi. Hello from Vegas. Greetings from cloudy and warm Seattle. I mean, cloudy, I get. Warm. Yeah. I mean, every now and then, right? Evening from Athens. Going to be cool, rainy, stormy all week. Yeah, I know. Good afternoon. What is up, Ken? Hey, DNF. Hello from Columbus, Ohio. Super chat. What is happening? Wow, I'm catching a Monday live at the beginning. Cool.
Very cool.
It happens. I mean, this is my first too. Evening, gents. What's up from Richmond, Virginia? Hey.
What up?
I'm getting the, what is that? Rerun. Hey. What's going on? What's happening? That was the TV show. It's 5:30 Central, regular Monday start time. I thought it was 5 or so. So 5:30 Central time, which is 6:30 Eastern time, is the Monday show. Saturday show is 5 o'clock Eastern time, which would be 4 o'clock Central time. So on Saturday, we go an hour and a half early so that we can get out of here by 6:30.
Yeah.
When we're done, leave and continue on with our weekend. So, yeah, we get to go early. But on Monday, we don't get to go early. We actually close the shop at 6 and then set up. And, that's why Mondays works really well for guests because we have a half hour. Whereas Saturday, we're 4:45, and then we're just trying to get as fast as we can to get the show set up to do. Hey, guys, that's a little behind the scenes. Afternoon all on the West Coast. High of 99 today. Yeah, I could see that. Way to go, Fernando.
Thank you so much.
Sunny and 83. Where? I'm just kidding. 12 holders. What's happening? Hello from Wisconsin. Hey, what's happening, Christian? Yo, Alzheimer's. Howdy. Hey. Can you do a tutorial on how to tune a system with an RTA mic? I mean, yes, we have. If you'd like something right away, kind of give you an idea, watch last week's Bronco video, the last Bronco video we did, because we tuned the Bronco and we kind of got it. We go over our process for tuning. We talk a little bit about it and how it works. It'd be a good place to start as last week's video. If you haven't watched that already, I would definitely do that. What's up from Portugal? What's up?
Portugal.
Hello, gentlemen. Hello. Orlando in the house. What's up, Eduardo?
What's up, Eduardo? Oh, yeah, I have to call him.
Yeah, I know. Thank you for helping me out with my Tundra question last week. I can't find the loopback connector harness on Metra. Can you please share them? 2014 Tundra with Jay. What the heck just happened? Hey, we're back. And a tad bit upset, but we'll get through it. Sorry about that. No. So we had a problem with the router on. So this show has to be plugged into the wall, so it can't be Wi-Fi. So we had a problem with the router on Saturday. And we called today to get it taken care of, and the Wi-Fi came back on, and everything was great. Clearly, everything is not great. We have a bad router because we're plugged into the wall like hardcore, like plugged right into the modem. And that seems to be working fine. But that means that all the other stuff that needs to run off Wi-Fi no longer works. So yay. Okay. So I don't know of anybody that actually makes the harness. The harness that I use is an iData harness. Okay. And I will typically repin them. So iData has their it's their AR harness. So it's like so they make like several harnesses. It's an F or D, a TO. Oh, Jesus. I can't even think of what it is, but it's not for the premium audio system. It's just, but that's the harness I use. I use a iData harness and I repin it. So that's all I got on that. I don't really have a good answer. So with that being said, sorry about the craziness that is happening. If you have questions, we have answers. So if you'd like to start getting those queued up, now that we're back, okay, need to do like a hard reset because it totally threw me off. So let's take a minute here. We're going to go over to Facebook and we're going to look at the 12-volt clean wire club. How does that sound?
Yeah,
good
I'm just
idea?
trying to see if your mind works.
I don't know. I'm logged into my phone. So, okay. So let's do that. Let's figure out where that is. All right, here we go. 2. Hey, there we go. Do you know who is the 12-volt? Oh, it's a boat.
The boat. I like boats.
Yeah.
They look cool.
Oh, look, we got 2 Kenwoods.
2 Kenwoods in the top.
Yeah. Wow, that's a lot.
And that looks cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does look cool. It's very nice. Nice job.
It is. His name is Jose.
Good job, Jose.
Yeah.
Anyways, the 12 Clean Wire Club is brought to you by the fine folks at D&F Tool Drawer. If you'd like to find tools that we use in all our installations, it's a great place to go, such as the IRTA2, as well as some trinkets like the keychain and fun stuff like that. That's all we got. So if you do an awesome install and would like it to be featured in the top of the page, just submit that to the 12-volt Clean Wire Club. And if Fernando loves it, you could be there. So it's totally worth doing, you know.
Totally. And then you can win a shout out here.
Totally. Oh, and for all you guys that are like, why didn't Mary Lou should be on the show Saturday. She's agreed to come on. She will grace our presence on Saturday.
Okay, I think I'm back.
You good?
Here.
You're back?
It's just not.
Okay. So as promised, I made some new upper thirds.
Fantastic.
So I just kind of wanted to go through a couple of them.
Time, man.
I know, it's terrible. Jeez. I just kind of want to go through. So here's the new Focal Flax. Okay. Here is the new Blackbird, Arc Audio Blackbird. Okay. Then we have, I think that's the same. So then we have the new Moto. Yeah, so easier to see. Mm-hmm. Nice new Moto. And then we added in this one, which is the DSP, just Arc Audio DSPs. Yeah. So I'm working on new audio controls and a Moscone. So I got a couple more to finish up. But since Arc Audio was the last one to come up, this first segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Arc Audio. Did I say audio control was the first one up? Yeah, I think I did. Anyways, this first segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Audio. Yeah, see, I did. Arc Audio. If you are in the need of a standalone DSP, you definitely want to head over to arcaudio.com. They have the new PS 6 to 8, which is featured right above my head. Mm-hmm. That is a 6-in, 8-out fully functional DSP. It uses the DNA software that all of their DSPs use, including my favorite, the Blackbird. But don't rest your laurels there. They also have a 12-channel and a 16-channel as well. So there's plenty of DSPs to boot. If you're looking for a standalone DSP, they still make awesome standalone DSPs where others do not. Hey, speaking of Arc Audio, what's up, Brad?
What's up, Brad?
Dude, I'm so desperate for fries. I didn't have any fries this past weekend. I wanted fries really bad all weekend. We never went to a place where I could get fries. Totally sucked. I love this. And they're gone. It just sucks. Anyways, let's go down here. And let's jump into pop them up. Give me a question.
I'm trying to find him.
Okay, you're having a hard time?
Yeah, no, just go find whatever you.
All right, I'll just go through. Thanks. I will check iData harness for the loopback. It's driving me nuts. LOL. Right now, I have factory tweeter still connected to the replacement coax. Yeah, definitely. Or hi. I'm from St. Pete. I have had 2 cars done from you guys. Live in Tennessee now, and y'all's work still runs supreme. Keep up the great work. When I get another truck, and at the end of the year, I'm definitely making a trip home. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
today.
Yeah.
Customers.
Yes, right? Yeah. It's nice that. We'll actually be in Tennessee at the end of the month, so we're gonna be at Sounds Good. We have some top secret crap we have to do there.
Top secret.
Yeah, it's top secret.
It's top secret.
Top
Nobody
secret.
Can see.
Thoughts on Mobridge K2A to B? Have you installed one? No. No, and to be honest, unless somebody brings one in, we probably never will. We have pretty good luck with the pack A to B, and now we have the iData A to B, which is kind of what we've moved over to. So, and with the new A to B from iData, it is going to be AR capable. So things that are AR or have the data input on them will be controlled through the A to B. So things like the Arc Audio DSP and stuff like that have some future planning there to where you'll be able to do some really neat stuff going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we have plenty of that now. Speaking of stuff like this, in 2 weeks, maybe next Monday. Next Monday, we will have Ernie Hartman on, who is head of tech support for Stinger, maker of the Amp Pro, because we have 2 new Amp Pros coming out. The new 2025 A to B is coming out, as well as the new GM, because GM has also switched to A to B. Now, the one thing to keep in mind about A to B, just so we all are on the same page, is that one car's like Ford's A to B is not the same as Chevy, is not the same as Harley Davidson. It's just a data bus, and then you write your own code to go through it. Just like the old A to B bus, 2024 and back, is not the same as 2025 and forward. Even though they're both A to B, they've changed the connector and they talk a different language, which is why they changed the connector. So the nice thing is it is A to B, so it's just, so how it works is the same. So it's there again, it's things inside of it, but something to keep in mind. You good?
Yeah, you let me know. Ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm totally ready.
Probably you read that one. I don't know.
No. Hey Dean, quick question: can you remove the tweeter from the Focal integration series to make it into a component set? No, you can't. The tweeter is fixed. So if you buy a coaxial, it'll always be a coaxial. You can do biamping, but you cannot like take it out and put it over here. No, it's not made to do that. That's why they make a coaxial and a component. Yeah. I like that, like the speaker manufacturers that just make one box and has all the parts on it. Like Kicker does that with the KS stuff. Rockford used to do it with the Punch.
JL does that.
JL does. Do they do it with one of their lines?
Yes.
Probably.
It's not like Audio, their new SA.
You mean the AS?
The AS, yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
You'd have to check. It's up front. You could go look.
We don't have that speaker.
We don't have that speaker?
No.
I thought we did.
They took them.
Oh, they took them. Yeah, that figures. I mean, do you want a set? I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I know a guy.
Really?
Yeah, give me the next one.
Okay.
Hey guys.
What up?
Have you installed any of the JL Audio stealth boxes in the Dodge Challenger? Wondering if there is something else for the price. Are we trying to do a corner box? I mean, if we're trying to do a corner box, that's probably the one. Kicker makes one also that is a lot cheaper. And believe it or not, okay. Box-wise, I don't know if Scar makes one, but you might want to check out if Scar makes a subwoofer enclosure for that. Shh, don't just... because they do make some really cool standalone boxes that are pretty awesome. Just you and me. The other option, too, is if you're willing to go into the hole, the kicker boxes, like the 212 kicker, drops right in place between your 2 wheel well humps. It just slides right in and ports out the side. Actually fits really well. Or any 210s box will fit there as well also. But yeah, if you're trying to do a corner box, not a fan of corner boxes is basically why we don't really do many of them. 2015, what?
Really?
I hate corner boxes.
I think that's what we're going to do in my car. 2 corner boxes. Why not?
Thank God we have ARC. 2015 Buick Encore standard stereo. Does anyone make a kit to replace the radio, or does someone make a harness to add amplifiers? I'm sure somebody makes a harness to add amplifiers. Either Pack or Metro will have a T harness to go behind that radio. However, as far as whether or not somebody makes a dash kit for them, that's a great question that I honestly don't know. However, I can give you some information. Hide the comment. This information here is what we do. So this is what we do. So if you've looked at all these places, pack-audio.com, maestroidata.com, metroonline.com, those top 3 are really the 3 that would be of use to you. If you've looked at all of these and haven't found anything, then it does not exist. If you haven't looked at all of these, by now take a screenshot so that you will have this information to go find that. If you're just doing what everybody else does, whereas you just kind of do a search on, Amazon or whatever for parts, you're not going to find them because that information is way too vast and very hard to come by. So check one of those for sure.
Check one of those.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just took a screenshot. Perfect. Here we go.
Yeah. Big 3. What's up, Big 3? Oh, my run from alternator to battery is about 18 to 24. Would you put a fuse on that, or are we good without? Inches. I thought it was feet. I was like, I double hash inches. I think the whole reason for that is to not put a fuse on it. This is something I struggle with because anytime I do any run of power wire, I want a fuse on it, but like that wire in itself really shouldn't have a fuse on it because it's the main power coming off the alternator, and putting a fuse there is really stupid because it could blow and then you wouldn't charge your car and you'd be screwed. So typically there isn't a fuse on that, but they do go through a ton of care to make sure that wire will not short out against anything like the headers or any other hot part of the car. So I feel as long as you do a really good job zip tying it into place, or connectors or whatever you're going to use, so that it's just not flopping around underneath the hood, by car standards, you should be fine, But yes, this is one of those things that I sit there and go, the nice thing is that if you left the factory wire in place, then obviously you put a fuse on there, it's not going to hurt anything, because if you blow the fuse, then you got the regulator back up till you replace the fuse. But no, typically they don't fuse those. Dean, we need a battle of the tuners at MasterTech. No, we don't. Let's just go with that. No, we don't. So the battle of the tuners is the guy who builds the car and wins the award for the best sounding car, or the most liked car.
Yeah.
There's your battle of the tuners. So for the past 2 years, Orca has won.
The best sounding.
Yeah. So
that's what we
the
made.
The 2 most popular cars there, which everyone loved, was Sage's car the first year and Herman's car the second year. So if you're an amazing tuner and a badass whatever, that's what you do. You just build it and they will come. Brian was a close second. He was. But yeah, it was a tough race. But this is like we've talked about it. Let's just say that we've talked about it. We would like to do it, but then it's we already have enough shit going on.
Who will be the judge?
Exactly. Who's the judge? And then is everybody on board with those guys being the judge?
I will be the judge.
And then I would be fine with that. So
suck.
And there again, this Mary Lou falls into Dean's rule number 1, which is if you're not on my team, you suck. So Brian's your boy. So, he didn't win. So the rest of the guys, that's bull crap. You guys suck. He should have won. Well, he didn't.
Recount.
Yeah, let's talk to Haley. I have the numbers at home. She counted them all. So there again, I mean, it's what it is. I think he has an amazing car, but Herman had an amazing car too, and that car just resonated with people more that day. It's any given Sunday, man. Any given Sunday. Okay, keep going.
All right.
Next one. In your experience, which I have none, does the 2024 Malibu LT have the same wiring harnesses as 2023? There isn't a whole lot of info online on 2024. Honestly, I have no idea. Now,
you don't have experience. What the heck?
I know, it's crazy. But I will say this. So Metra Online, they give you pictures of the harnesses that they make. So like when you go, you could type in, the car and go down a year, so you find some information on the car, and there will be a picture of the harness that they make. At that point, you can easily go into your car and see if it matches. In shape anyways. Pin, it's a whole nother bag of crap, but I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at Mary Lou over here that's just going off on a tirade. Something was in Herman's Kool-Aid. Yeah, and everyone was drinking it.
Everybody was drinking it, that's for sure.
It
was outside.
A Fuego lives.
It was hot.
He is a fighter. He is a fighter for sure.
There you go. Fantastic.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me something else.
All right.
What is he asking here? Is there another part to this question somewhere?
I think he's talking with somebody else.
Okay. I want to install the Kenwood 6903s and an audio control A 600.4 and a 2017 Ram 1500 with bass audio. Would I need a DSP? Will they still sound good without? So, first things first, if you're keeping the factory radio, you're also going to want an Amp Pro. Maybe not. You might. Okay, let me explain. So, everything that is using a factory radio needs a DSP. Let's just put that out there. Everything that is keeping the factory radio needs a DSP. Now, the next question would be why, right? Why do I need a DSP?
Why do I need a DSP?
The reason why you need a DSP is because the factory radio and the factory speakers in a modern car is tuned. Like, they spend time to make it sound that bad, right? And so you're not happy with it. Is it the speakers? Is it what is it? Okay. So in theory, if I put new speakers in there, they're going to, in practice, they're going to use the tune that is coming from the factory. Meaning, it's not like you de-EQ'd anything, and it's not like taking those speakers out. They haven't EQ'd the crap out of it. They've EQ'd the crap out of it to make it sound that bad. So now I'm going to put new speakers in that could be better, or are going to be better in this case, than the factories. But they're not built the same. Like, your factory is a single cone driver, and you're going to put a coaxial in there. Now, it has been our experience that will sound great in that car. So that is a plus. So from that perspective, yeah, that's going to sound wonderful. It's going to be brighter, more livelier. Is it the best it can be? No. Why? Because it's playing the sound from the previous speaker in it. Okay, we haven't fixed any of that. So, and we're going to make it louder, which could also be a problem because with the little 15 watts that comes from the factory powering it with that EQ, it sounds better. But now we're going to quadruple the amount of power going to it through that factory EQ off to that speaker. And there might be sounds that are going to go to that speaker at levels that speaker was not made for. Because think about it. We always talk about EQ down. Well, when you're building a factory system, they keep EQ up. They ain't going down for shit.
So it's because they want it louder.
Well, of course they want it louder. Everybody wants it louder. Duh. I mean, that's what we all do. Now, if we take and we put new speakers in on a factory stereo, we understand that it's going to sound like this. Now, if we put a new radio in, then it's a whole nother world, right? Because we've stripped that factory EQ. We're back to zero. Now we can EQ it any way we want from the radio. So you say, do I need a DSP? Well, yes, but a radio is going to have a basic DSP built into it. So maybe instead of looking at a DSP or a big amplifier, maybe look at a radio first. Do an infotainment upgrade. Put something nicer in there that is going to be longevity, meaning don't shine the turd, get rid of the turd, and make it all better. It's 2017. We can replace the radio in those. Let's think about maybe doing that.
Longevity, big word.
I'm just saying. and that will make it louder, that make it sound better. And now you have a great infotainment system. You've done the electronics upgrade, and now if I want to add amplifiers, if I want to subwoofers, I'm at a clean slate where I can do all that. Now let's go back to the Amp Pro. Even though it doesn't have the premium audio system in it, that's fine. If I'm going to amplify everything in the car, I can hook an Amp Pro up to a 2017. It will reflash the radio, so it'll give us the 5-volt preamp output through the Amp Pro. That'll give us 6-channel preamp output. Now, when we do that, we get rid of the factory EQ. So now we're back to flat, which is just basic. So that solves the one problem of if we're going to play it and have that factory EQ in there. So this makes it great to amplify. And it's a bass audio system, so that means the EQ is never good to begin with. But I could still use the bass, mid, and treble in the radio to make little changes here and there to make it sound good. So that's definitely a better way to do it. Now, if I add a DSP, now I can really level out the system and go crazy and take it to the next level. On the flip side of that, if you had the Alpine Premium audio system in it and you put an Amp Pro in it, you have to do a DSP because the Amp Pro, there again, is stripping all of that factory equalization, which is a good thing. But if you're not replacing it with something when you have a premium audio, that's a bad thing because you had all of this stuff done to the audio where there was time alignment, there was sometime upmix center channel. There's all these things going on, and you strip all that out and just go front rear sub. That sounds like crap. So no easy answer to this question other than maybe. It's a big maybe. Mm-hmm. But I would look at, if you want to do the 6903s, maybe also look at either replacing the radio or yes, doing an Amp Pro for one and then working into a DSP and stuff like that.
It's a 2017, man.
Definitely I'm replacing the radio's going by.
Like,
yeah, I'm putting anything
questions
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to go.
All right.
Okay. I want to install. Okay, that's literally the same question.
Same thing.
You brought up the same question.
What is going on here?
Hold on, let me pull this one up real quick. Do you ever use force gain and forwards to zero out the factory EQ? No. Now, it's not an easy answer in that. The reason why it's no is because most of the vehicles we do are like F-150s. We don't get into like a lot of the other stuff. And the AR from iData will do that for us. So I can sell you an AR from iData that will flatten out the EQ and make it do all that fun stuff to it that's programmable and backwards compatible and will not like screw anything up. Not that, you can screw anything up anytime you plug a laptop into a car. So technically, I guess, yes, we're using one, but we're not using one. So iData does that. And so like on the Mustangs and stuff like that, you just put iData, like an AR into it, AR2, and that'll take care of all that as well and give us preamp. So most of the stuff that you can do with ForceGAN, you can do with AR and AR2. Now, in some of the new Fords, obviously we don't have that. As far as like the Bronco goes, the Bronco is very limited on what you can do. Like you can change the crossover setting for the rear speakers, which is honestly stupid because they're going to end up at 110 anyways, and that's what the factory is. So there's no point in doing that either. And anyone that sits there and goes, oh, it sounds so much better. No, it doesn't. They're just old people that like rear speakers. Nobody likes that. Make the front sound better and you wouldn't have a problem. Anyway, so there you go. Next question. Thanks for getting the...
Thinking.
Thanks for getting.
Thank you. Thank you for you getting it. Yeah.
So the direct replacement 800 XR. I have a Maestro RR from a previous install. Would it be worth it moving up to the RR2? No. The only time with that radio that you need an RR2 is on some of the GMs need the RR2 because of the way that the data bus is going to be broken apart. Outside of that, the RR is fine. The only other reason why you buy the RR2 is if you want the MPOs, Maestro Programmable Outputs, where if you want to turn things on and off, that's really the big sale for the RR2. So that's really about it. Like if you want to like touch your screen to do like
extra accessories
and stuff, then yeah, it'd be worth it. Outside of that, no, it wouldn't be worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you're an installer with a few years of experience looking for a higher end shop to work for, what qualities would you look for and what would you watch out for? Ooh,
there you go.
Good question. So I still feel like Instagram is one of the better places to go to kind of see what's coming out of the shop.
Okay.
Which isn't the end all be all. Like you look at like Tom's shop, okay, up at Miller.
Tom's. Yeah.
Tom Miller.
Okay. Yeah.
Music Car
Music Car
Northwest.
Northwest. Yeah.
There's not a lot coming out of their as far as social media goes because
No.
they're busy.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could literally walk into the store and and just look around and see like, oh crap, like this they're doing some big work here. Plus, the stuff that they do have online is fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. So if anyone at that shop has ever entered Installer of the Year and has an Installer of the Year video up, that's a really good way to look and see what's going on in the shop.
Okay.
Because they do a walkthrough and show you all the stuff. What do you got? What are you thinking?
No, I mean it's just.
I mean, if somebody wants me to come work for them, for one, I want to talk to the other employees. I want to see what they think.
Yeah.
I want to get them away from whoever. And then, if I'm thinking about going there, I'm hey, I really like to come here. If you're interested in me, can I work here? Can I just come and hang out or whatever for maybe a day or two and just see what is happening in the install bay? What is the interaction between the front end and the back end? That kind of stuff like that. Because that's usually where you're going to see it fall apart is the front end of the back end. Do people care?
Yeah.
Because there's always something, right? There's no perfect world in any job. There's always somebody that drives you crazy, or there's somebody that comes into work late every day of the week and doesn't care. Bad employee. There's always something, and it's just okay. Is that cool? Is that not cool? And then there's some shops that promise the world, and you're there for 30 days, and you find out that the world sucks. At least their world sucks because they're killing you back there.
Yeah, it sounds good. It's actually looking for people.
Sounds good as looking for people. And there again, that's one of those things where understanding what you want to do is also important because like some shops so for example, when I worked at AVE, I needed installers to just install. I needed you to put equipment in cars. You didn't have to do any fab work. There was no fab work required. You weren't going to build anything, nothing. You were never going to touch a table saw ever. You're just basically an installer because we did all of that separately. And some guys had a hard time with that. They were like, oh, I want to build something. I'm like, no, that's not what you were hired for. If this isn't cool, then I understand. You can go someplace where you can do that. But that was never the case. So yeah, I think just clear dialogue between whoever's hiring you and what your expectations are, and then maybe putting it in writing is also a really good thing that people always screw up. But yeah,
well, when you're looking for something like you said, right? You're a fabricator. You are just a technician. You're an integrator. Like, what do you want to do?
Yeah, it's so. The other thing too is like I see the guys that post these things like we're hiring. Must have this, and it's like okay, so they're not looking for somebody that they're not looking for somebody that wants to grow. They're looking for somebody that already knows everything.
Right, experience.
To me,
installer.
To me, that's just somebody they want to throw in the back and hope they don't have any problems. Which every installer has problems. So
yeah, everyone has an issue.
I would want to hire somebody like Fernando when he started. He had very little experience. He knew the sharp end of a screwdriver, and he followed directions. To me, that was the most important thing. I need somebody that can follow directions.
90 more.
I still need somebody that can follow directions and think for themselves. That can as they go on, they can put two and two together. It's like do it this way, do it this way, do it that, and I understand why we're doing it that way. So yeah, there's all of that.
All right, that was
okay.
A lot.
I'm sorry, you bring the worst. Rockford 16 said subwoofer. Can your box guy make a quad box for them? I don't see why not. If you want to pay him,
Sean.
Yeah. He'd
will
probably
make
happily
anything.
do it. Just wood and nails. I mean, at the end of the day, it's wood, nails, or screws. Take your thing, man.
Grab your hammer. Come on.
All right, hold on. Mary Lou says, I hang with my car stereo shop in SoCal to see which ones were the better ones. Made friends with the installers to get an idea of which kind of shop I wanted mine to be.
There you go. See?
She's a succubus. She just sucked everyone's, and then she's like, "This is what I want my shop to be."
And you guys suck. You guys suck. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any way to know how many ohms is the max and loudest that the factory radio will handle? 3.3. That's it. There is no more to know. It's 3.3. That's why when you go buy like the JBL speakers or anything like that, they're 3.3 ohms. That's why they're that, because they were having problems.
They can handle the factory.
Yeah, they were having problems with factories. Now, if you get into like a Chrysler that has an amplified system, most of those speakers are going to be 2 ohm. So, but the standard deck power is 3.3 ohm. And then which you can buy the 3.3 ohm speakers. That's why that's like that. Happy Monday.
Happy
I have
Monday.
a 2017 Dodge Durango GT non-beat system. What is the best bypass harness to use? Upgrade all door speakers and add a 4-channel amp to stock head unit. That would be a Pack Audio Amp Pro. There's really nothing else. That's all you need. Just like we were talking about earlier with the Dodge radio. This is a Dodge 2017. This is a Pack Audio Amp Pro product that will plug in, reflash the radio to think it is the Beats or Alpine or whatever the hell it is. It'll give you 6-channel, 5-volt preamp output that is digitally controlled through the head unit. Is not a high-level, low-level adapter, and it is a 100% flat, clear signal that you can build a fantastic system off of. And you can even do Toshlink if you want. Okay.
That is fantastic.
We're falling behind here. This next segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Focal with everyone's favorite speaker, the Focal Flax Evo. If you haven't seen these speakers, where have you been living? You need to check them out. They are amazing. They have a nice inverted metal tweeter, so they are just like, yeah! But you can find them at focal-america.com. Hey, guys.
The guy who did my install put a pack-based blockers on my tweeters on my 3-way set when I have the Helix DSP. Would it be
extra protection, or did he not know what he was doing? Is this normal practice? So, is it normal practice? Okay, so believe it or not, I have no idea. Like, I would never do this, but there are plenty of people that have watched Mark's video where Mark talks about, sometimes if you're worried about your tweeters,
put
a base blocker on there and you won't blow your tweeters. I can tell you, in all our years of doing this, we've never had that happen.
No.
So most DSPs, if they go catastrophic, are going to go catastrophic, and they're just going to lose audio. Okay, so like the chance of and again, most DSPs, if they default, like reset and default, channel 1 and 2s are set to tweeters, so it has a high pass crossover. You turn it on and know that there's something wrong. So I don't know why people do this. I don't see the need for it. I understand. It's not like you could put more power to the tweeter. So, if you set everything up properly, then no, you definitely don't need this. But there's plenty of people out there that will do it for whatever their crazy reason is. And it's fine. There's nothing, it's not hurting anything.
Against that? No.
But no, I see absolutely no need for it.
All right.
Hey, Dean, I found my dream Venus Gold Zen 9. What DSP would be best for a 24 Linkwitz Rally or 24 LR Defender 3-way front, plus rear, plus sub? Have y'all done one? Defender? Probably no. We have not done a Defender. Land Rover is really not our target, so to speak. Haven't done one in a really long time. Definitely haven't done it in 2024. As far as that, it's a Zen 9, so really you need 10 channels or 12 channels of DSP. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of standalone DSPs. We just got done talking about Arc Audio. Arc Audio has the 8 to 12, which will take 8 channels of input, 12 channels of output. I think on the Defender there might be a Zen Nav TV Zen module for that you can plug into. It's basically a Zen module is like an Amp Pro, just made by Nav TV. So maybe head over to navtv.com, or is it just, no, it's just navtv.com and see if the Zen module will work on that. That'll make things a lot easier. But no, I'd check out the Arc Audio 12 channel DSP. See what that does for you. Good afternoon, guys. Or, so I just give you two. There's also a Helix. You could also look at like a Helix. So there's two there. Okay. Good afternoon, guys from Arizona. Got the Audio Control Epic 750 and thinking of getting an Epicenter. Do I have to use two knobs or just one? What do I do? Or is there one that works for both? Okay. So this is a fantastic question. And the easiest answer to this is if you're planning on just getting the Epicenter Champion? Is it Champions competition?
Yeah, the competition.
Competition series, like the big old school one, you're going to have to run two knobs. Because on that particular one, the knob it comes with is for effect of the Epicenter. So you're going to need the one off your Epic amplifier and then the one off there so you can have volume and you can have effect. If you buy any other Epicenter, so if you get the Epicenter Micro or the Epicenter Micro Pro, it comes with the ACR 4. The ACR 4 only works on those two devices and is a dual knob. So the background knob is for effect and the front knob is for violence. Yeah, for violence. For violence. No, violence.
Oh, violence.
Always choose violence. It's for volume. So that you can turn it up and down. So that'll give you the ability to use one knob to control all things, Mordor style. So there's your answer.
There you go.
That was an easy one. Not really. How do you feel about the Audison APK 165 three-way system? Been a fan since you started on YouTube. Hello from Washington. Yeah.
Thank you for watching, man.
Go for it, man. Thank you. Thank you for watching.
They're good.
No, listen, Audison makes great products. We've said that. It's a great product. They're three-way set.
We installed them.
Did we?
Yeah.
I feel like we just did that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a set of the...
That's what, isn't that what? Hold on. APK -163.
We have the APK and the APK-P, I believe.
Audison.
Yeah.
APK 163.
Because we have those.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah, right there on the top.
Yeah. 63 is the three-way set.
Yeah.
Okay, so the only thing you have to worry about there, and this is important, is that the three-way set comes with a 4-inch driver on this one. That's usually a problem because most cars don't have 4-inch speakers in them. Like the only car this might work on is a Bronco. Outside of that, it's not going to work. Now, if you're going to go active, you would be better off just buying the speakers individually because you can buy all their speakers a la carte. So you can buy the 6-inch, the tweeter, and then get their actual middler, the little 2.5 that they make. That is what fits in 99.999% of the vehicles on the road. This, you're going to have a hard time with that 4-inch.
Mm-hmm.
So
AP2, APK2, something like that. That's what they call it.
Prima. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. So this guy right here. So if we go here, you'd want this guy right here, which is the AP2 MW. You want the AP1P, and then you can get into the
6.5, right
6.5, which they have a 2 ohm 6.5. So if you're going to do amplification,
or the other
you can get this. This is the power.
Yes.
This has peak power handling. So this double power is 350. Or if you have a 6x9 in the door, you can go for the AP8. You could probably put the 8-inch in there.
Remember we put that one on the Subaru?
Yes.
That was fantastic.
Yes. Or if you want to save some money and they're again not going to be running a crossover because you're going to go active, you can get the APK 165s and then just add in
the 2.5,
the MP2 MV, and that'll give you the three-way set also. So there's a couple different ways in order to do that, but that's why I had to look this up because I know they like to put 4-inch with their three-way sets, and those just don't fit in American cars.
Not a lot of cars.
Yeah, so almost no cars. So, anyways, hey,
just make it whole.
Just cut the dash. Just cut the dash all to hell. Nobody needs that.
Nobody needs the dash.
Yeah. Oh yeah, so there you go. Doing a full active setup, custom 3D printed pods and adapters. All right, so if you got room that way where you can fit a big ass 4 up there, then yeah, go for it.
Yeah,
go for it. But that would. Oh, look at you with the hearts, man! Wow.
Love you guys. Oh, look at that. Boom, 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 boom. You can say that. Oh my god.
It's YouTube, bro.
Exactly. Bang. Forever.
What would you say is the Harley Davidson of car audio brands? Replicated but never replaced. I think you're looking at like classic name brands. So I mean, depending on who you're a fanboy of most, you're probably looking at like Rockford, Kicker, JL Audio, aka now Garmin.
That's replaced. It's gone. So you can say GL because it's gone.
Yeah. But I feel like those are your. I feel like those are your like classic brands that are just like, yeah, people will still get a little bit of excitement out of them. There again, depending on which way you fall on that side of the fence, because like Kicker's really hot right now.
Kicker.
So Kicker
and Rockford.
And like it kind of go, like right now, probably like everyone's Kicker. And hopefully at the end of the year, when we have more Rockford new stuff, we'll be like, oh, Rockford should come. Oh, that's so awesome, stuff like that. So, yeah, Fernando, do it again.
What up?
So, anyways, that would be what I think. I think those are probably the two companies that whatever they're doing, most people are coming after them. Even JL. So those three companies, those are the companies that everyone else is coming after.
Man, it's Garmin. That's it. It's gone. JL is no more.
I get it, but yeah. So, anyways, yes. Hang
on. Before you go, go.
I'm gonna start it. No, I'm gonna answer this. Which do you prefer in a sedan? Front-facing subwoofers or rear-facing subwoofers? Rear. Always rear. I like the rear. I like to face my subwoofers to the rear. Put that in context so that we don't have any weird things. But no, definitely want to face my subwoofers to the rear.
And put a front subwoofer.
You could put a front subwoofer, sure, but I still want to face my subwoofers to the rear. This last segment is going to be brought to you by the fine folks at Audio Control. All right, Brad brought up a very interesting point when we were talking about the capacitor, and this is a good one. It says, instead of a capacitor on a tweeter, how about a PTC or self-resetting fuse? Now this is so when we're looking in the passive crossovers, and there's that little tiny round thing about size of an M&M that's like really thin like this. There's two wires coming out of it. That is a PTC. Okay, Kicker uses those in all of their passive crossovers because what it does is when it gets really hot, which is because there's a lot of DC coming through, it goes, it opens up.
Yeah.
And then your tweeter usually attenuates, and then when it cools down, the tweeter gets louder again.
Yeah.
You might remember that one time we did some older CS and that one Nissan Pathfinder, and we were playing it, and the tweeters kept getting quiet.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't get any volume out of it. Yeah, that was the PTC. So a self-resetting fuse is pretty much self-explanatory. So that would pop, and then it would cool down, and then the sound would come back on. Both of those, which I find equally annoying, because people wouldn't know what to do. That's like, let's just put a light bulb in the passive crossover. But if you're worried about blowing your tweeter, Brad is correct. One of those two things would be a better option than a capacitor, because all the capacitor is doing is adding another crossover point in the hopes that if for some reason the crossover in the DSP were to fail, there would be something as a stopgap there that would make sure, because it's not doing anything for power. Yes. Okay. So it's not doing anything for power. It is just there as a secondary crossover if the first crossover fails. So it's kind of like when you're rock climbing and you put two hooks in case one falls. And
because Jason said it's not a power thing, it's a frequency thing.
Yeah. So basically what you have is you have your first crossover here, which is the one that is the most important. Then you're putting another one back here that's at a lower frequency so that if this one fails and just crossover went away, and the only speaker we're worried about in the whole system is the godforsaken tweeter. Usually the cheapest speaker out of the whole installation. That's the one we're worried about the most. If you think about it, the tweeter is literally always the cheapest speaker.
Not really.
No, it is. It is always.
If you have piccolos,
the mid bass costs more than the tweeter. It's a $3,000 set of mid range.
And the piccolo is
$1,500 tweeter.
Oh.
Okay.
Dang.
So. The tweeter is the cheapest speaker in there.
Yeah.
That's the one we're worried about the most.
And I feel like if you worry about that and you have a DSP, then you need a better DSP, right?
Brad for the win.
Yeah, always, always.
Tweet us, baby. It's all about them tweeters.
Yeah.
Brad knows best. Yes. Yes. Not in a utopia. Either way.
Not in the utopia, exactly.
Either way.
It is.
Oh, well, listen. There again, you have to keep in mind that if you're playing everything on a level field, then the tweeter is still going to be one of the cheapest things in there. You know, there are some stupid expensive tweeters, but I know as soon as I said that, you guys would throw out some really expensive tweeters. But
right.
we're not playing in that world right now. We're playing in a world of simplicity. And who the hell is calling me?
Wow. Somebody forgot to just. Who is it?
Brian Schmidt, Mobile Solutions. We'll have to call him back.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay, Angel. It's okay. All right. Let's keep going. We still have some time. We still have time to answer your questions. Okay. Loved your 9500 ES video and want to tune the parametric EQ in mine. I have a basic setup with components up front, coaxials in the rear, being fed by a 4-channel amp. Any good beginner tutorials? I mean, we do have. There again, the thing is they're just buried inside of other videos.
Mm-hmm.
I know one of the cars we did recently. We did a radio in, like a full install video. We did a tutorial on how we did it with the Kenwood, which is very similar to that. We went through the whole process of how we do it. You need some form of a microphone. Is really what it comes down to. You need some form of a microphone that you can either plug into your phone, plug into an iPad, plug into a tablet device of some kind, because you have to be able to, if you're really trying to figure out what is the problem,
mm-hmm.
then you need some way to see the problem, especially if you have no idea what sounds good, what sounds bad. So you either A, have to educate yourself on what everything is supposed to sound like, or B, get some form of a microphone so you can kind of see what is out of place. Yes, Dayton Audio makes
so he has mic. He
Perfect.
Has that.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So now what you want to do, the easiest thing I would say is look for big things. Start with big problems.
Oh.
No. Look for big problems, okay? So don't necessarily try to tune it as much as bring down big problems or fill in big problems, okay? So with a radio, you kind of can't do like you would with a big DSP. Like big DSP has tons of like 30 bands of fun and excitement. So like bringing things down is easy to do. There's usually tons of range. On a radio, there isn't. So on a radio, sometimes you have to bring stuff up, which is fine. So what you want to look for is holes. So look for like mountains and holes, and you're going to fill those in and start to bring those things down and tame it out. The other nice thing about a radio that works really well is make a big adjustment. Make a whole bunch of adjustment and save it as preset 1.
Yep.
Go to preset 2 and start making, take your big adjustments and start making them smaller. Okay, so if you found yourself, you had to turn something way up, start bringing that, maybe cut it in half, okay? And then A-B between the two and see which one sounds better. Because just because on a mic it says this sounds like crap, that's a mic. Audibly, it could sound great, okay, because of the car itself. So make your big change first and then go back in and like tame it out a little bit and make smaller adjustments. And then A-B, and then make, that's figure out, okay, that sounds better. Okay, maybe roll with that for a day or two and switch between the two and see which one you like. The thing that most people screw up when tuning a radio is that the radio, because of how the preamp section works, it's louder. Like as soon as you turn up the EQ, everything gets louder. So pink noise or high quality audio. Pink noise. Always use pink. For microphone measurements, use pink noise. Mm-hmm. But then you're going to switch to audio and see the
final details that you're going to do. Yeah.
But the big problem that most people make with radios is they'll turn up something on the EQ and it gets louder. And they associate louder with sounding better. And it doesn't. It's just louder. So listen at normal levels is a good place when tuning a radio. Don't, like in a DSP, we're cranking out of this thing and just like to the roof, from the windows, the walls. But with a radio, you got to kind of work it down a little bit and not because you don't want to hear oh, it's louder, it's got to be better. It's not. It could sound like total crap. Mm-hmm. So pay attention to that. Yeah, fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Kicker. Hold on, let me pull up the kicker one here real quick. Oh, hold on, where'd it go? Kicker, 500 watt power downfiring subwoofer loaded enclosure sounds as good as no. Need space saving without losing bass. No, not a chance. There is nothing that sounds as good as, especially that P12 500. That's pretty boss. Now, this is something that Fernando will argue with me about because he personally feels that the 300, the P12 300,
P312
sounds better than the 500.
Yes.
So he swears he likes the 300 version of it more than he likes the 500 version of it. So
it's more tighter.
He likes the way.
I don't know. For me, it just sounds better. The P500 sounds louder for sure. That like you say, that doesn't mean it sounds better.
Correct.
And that's me.
Dude, he's totally using my words against me. That is incredible. Way to go. It's like my kid all of a sudden. It's like Haley over there. Dad, you said when? Hold on. Should pull out the date and time. I'll be like,
rewind.
Yeah. Now, that is not to say that the kicker does not work.
Oh, no. The
kicker sounds great. Good. Yeah. But you're asking me the question, I'm answering. I personally, listen, everything in car stereo is about compromise.
Yeah.
So if you need that form factor, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you get. Now, I will say that a better, like if you want to go with the kicker form factor of downfiring, which is one of our number one selling products, but what I prefer to do is I like to go with the Key 500.1 hidden in the car and then just get the regular downfired enclosure or go for the L7T12 downfired enclosure. Okay? And that way I can get that bigger sound that you're asking about by just going with the Key, because the Key 500 is going to do all the cool Key stuff, and it's tiny, it's only this big, so it's easy to hide. And yeah, it's not that much more. But then you could also go up to the L7T now, single 12, and get like crazy bass. Yeah. So anyways, some options, something to think about.
It's always an option.
Oh, geez, really? You're going to drop that one? Should I just click on it? What is your preference? Class A, B, or D amplifiers, or do you not care?
And
I prefer a great sounding amplifier and don't really care what case it is. And both Brad and I strongly agree on this one.
Yeah.
I don't really care. I don't care. I just want a great sounding amplifier from somebody that has taken the time to make their amplifier sound great. There's a lot of people out there that will make Class AB amplifiers because they think that people will buy them because they say they're Class AB, and they sound like crap, but people don't know because they're just making them. They're like, dude, everyone says AB sounds the best, so hey, Fernando, if we make an AB class amplifier, people will buy it, and we put a good price on it. People will buy it because it's an AB class. It's like, yeah, people do that. It sucks. As opposed to just make an amplifier that sounds good of any form factor. I don't care. You know, there's plenty of stuff out there that is amazing that is Class D, and plenty of stuff out there that is not amazing that is Class AB. So it really sucks because, you know, you don't know. It's buyer beware, right? So usually if you can find an expensive Class D amplifier, more than likely it will destroy the cheap AB class amplifier. Like, it won't even be fair. It'll almost be laughable. So. Oh?
Look who it is.
Hey! I'll call you when the show's over. Anyways.
Yes. So that's. You want to change it the last one?
No, we're good. We're just going to ride this out because we did folk out for a really long time. So it'll be okay.
All right.
It'll be okay. We got 10 minutes. We're good. Any experience with changing out the 17-inch Yukon Tahoe 8-inch stock radio? What did you use? So that is that sounds to me like a direct replacement question.
It is. Yeah.
So
and you can
go to idata.com. You know, go over to idata or maestroidata.com. Take your pick. Here's the thing. It's the third one right here. MaestroIDataLink.com. And check it out. So direct replacement radios, if that has the 8-inch direct replacement, you can do the JVC or the Kenwood with the iData in the kit. And just simply pull out your factory 8-inch screen. The screen will replace it. The brain box gets put where the factory brain box is, and you retain all your features except for Bose. No Bose. But on a 2007, maybe on a 2017, I don't know. I don't really care. Bose sucks. But yeah, there you go. Have you tested the Audio Control Epic 10-inch subwoofer or the Pro 6.5-inch speakers yet? I'm looking to do a complete audio control setup, speakers, subs, amps, epicenter in my 2011 Kia Optima. No, they haven't started shipping yet, or they just started shipping. I think they're still not available yet. So the only ones we've had here are like the prototypes that we got to show you guys. But there again, I'm hoping to get my hands on the subwoofer. I'd really like to do the 10-inch, like throw that in Haley's car real quick, see what it sounds like. Because they didn't have an 8, right? Did they have an 8? No, they just had a 10 and a 12. Yeah, so we're going to try to get our hands on the 10. As far as the Pro 6.5s, we'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Because really, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out. Because that's not really our bag. So I would hate to pass judgment on something that we don't do a lot of. But the subwoofer, yes, definitely. So, yes.
Yeah. What?
No. Joel says, better sound card audio door speakers, Audison versus Hertz. Obviously I don't have an answer for that. Helix, sorry. It's just because But the reason why I laugh at that is because the Audison reps all left Audison, and then they became the Helix reps. So it's kind of an ancestral thing a little bit in this world here in the U.S. But that's not really a fair question for the most part. So I don't have an opinion on that.
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know. Mary Lou is discussing amongst themselves. Hey, do you guys remember the Pioneer TS M4 tweeters? I was never a big Pioneer fan, like for speakers and stuff. Like back in the day, the only thing we ever sold was their radios. We never got into their speakers ever. Even here, like in the beginning, we sold some of their stuff, but it was never like, I don't know. It just never took off because we had other things. I have an 05 second gen Toyota pre-runner double cab Tacoma. Wiring diagrams states right rear red, white, rear left, black, yellow. Yes, that sounds about right. Red, white in the rear, black, yellow in the passenger. Yeah.
Yes.
What is is there a question? Or is that just, it should be like,
if it does
pink and purple for the front, and then what's the other color? Blue,
light blue, and light green. Yeah. Yes, on the passenger side. But
that sounds right. Red is positive. Black is positive. Yeah, the black positive thing always throws people off because they're thinking radio, and so they're like, no, yellow should be. No.
That is correct.
Don't go after Toyota that way. Toyota can do whatever they want. They're special. Now I will say,
don't tell me what to do.
Exactly. The funny thing is the JBL system flips it. So a lot of the plugs for the JBL, everything's backwards, and it sucks. But as long as it's all going negative or all going positive, I really don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Crossover points to start at for a 3-way on audio control D6100 tweeter, mid-range, and woofer. I think 3200, 32 or 3400, 24 dB and Linkwood Riley was the way to go there. I think that's the starting point. And then for the mid-range, usually about 350 is a good way to go there. Just check it out. See how it sounds. 24 dB, call it a day. So, What else you got?
I think that was the first question.
Yeah, got that one. Yep. Okay, cool. All right. Well, hey, that's sweet. All right. I think we hit them all.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be the show, guys. So thank you guys so much for playing along with us today and asking some great questions. I think we had a really good time. I hope you had a really good time. I'd like to thank you all for being part of this and joining us on this wonderful Monday. We'll be back Friday, of course, with the news, and then Saturday again, we're going to have Mary Lou on. So all you guys can get excited about that. We'll see what she's been up to over at Crutchfield and what's happening in her life other than just being snarky in the comments. Ooh.
Fight.
Yeah. So we'll have her on for you guys to harass, and we'll all have a good time. I'd like to thank our sponsors: Audio Control, Arc Audio, Focal, Moscone, Gladen, and anyone else who cares to play along. DNF Tool Drawer is a place you can go find all the cool tools like the IRTA2. And if you're like, you talk about this all the time, I don't know what it is, go check out our Instagram show today. We have this nice audio here in the background, and we were showing you how we were testing the signal with our IRTA2 to see what kind of nonsense it had so that we could decide on whether or not we needed a key lock. And I'll jump ahead and tell you we didn't. So, yes, you can find us on Instagram, 5-Star Car Stereo. That's it. That's all we got. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. We hope you have a safe and fun week.
See you guys tomorrow on 5 Minutes with 5-Star.
There you go. Bye.
Bye, guys.